Yo, people, welcome back to the Fix. It's your boy Nara here with Ari, our other artist in the building that met the girl them say what? But before we get to that, we have to say big ups to our sponsors. Itopia Life Herbos, located at 10A West Kings House Road, just across on Canadian Embassy. Alright, follow them at Itopia Life or their webpage at itopialife.com for the latest info on strains and merch.
And of course, you can follow Lulu's Holistics on Instagram at Lulu's Holistics. And you can check them out at www.lulusholistics.com. And guys, you can use our code The Fix to get 10% off your next purchase. That's The Fix to get 10% off your next purchase.
If say big up Shark Cut Barbers for the sharpest of cuts. Shing!
Yes.
Follow Shark Cut Barbers,
Steve.
located at 9 Branchtoft Square. Follow Steve, by the way,
There
on his
you go.
Instagram right there. Also,
Lothian's Boutique. Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique. And guys, you can use my code Ariane10 to get 10% off your next bundle purchase. That's Ariane10 to get 10% off your next bundle purchase.
and we have to big up our patrons, Tamu Good and DB, of course. And last but not least, we have to say big up J Alt Business Solutions. All right. Follow them at J Alt Business on Instagram. For good customer service, unbeatable deals, quality products. Follow them and get 5% off your first purchase. Big up J Alt Business Solutions. All right.
There you go.
As I said, we'll have a guest that makes the girl them say what? In the building, a legend in
I thought you'd
the
have said
Lovers
like
Rock scene.
I thought you'd have said an artist that sings melodiously.
That too obvious. And for the people them that thought I was leaving that shit back in 2020 in Iran, it's still here. Singing melody in the building, up, people.
Yeah.
Pleased to be joined
Yeah.
by the legend himself.
Legend.
Respect, you know.
Bless up,
it's,
bless
it's
up
an honor
too,
to
sir.
be here with you guys, you know. I mean, I feel like me just reaching at the 20s now, you know.
Reaching
Wait a
I
minute,
feel
wait a
fresh.
Oh.
I feel
The
fresh.
years are age.
No, years. But thank you for having me. It's
Yes.
a pleasure to be here, you know. I feel Itopia already, you know.
You feel good. You
yeah,
feel
Which is
feel
what's
nice.
supposed to happen. Indeed. So we see Ari have in hand your latest project released last year, October.
Right.
The next chapter. I read in an article, I think it's an interview that you did with the Gleaner, that you said that you took a step back and evaluated the music scene.
Right.
Because there was a time where you never really dare release as much.
Yes.
You release Collide and then you dare drop music here and there.
Yeah.
But you said you take back for
Absolutely.
take a step back for reevaluate the music business. Do you think that this album is a manifestation of that reevaluation?
And kind of just expound on what was that like?
reevaluating
what was the
process,
evaluation? Yeah.
That's a two-part question. Very, very important question that you asked. And I've said it over and over in most interview, is because after spending over 30 years in the music business, what else? What else is to be done? And what has changed? You know, how our music is look out there. You know, what are the most important value? What we're seeing the music evolving to, and all these things. And so my evaluation now is to really sit back instead of releasing music here and there like what most artists does. You know, they just want to be out there and have music out there. But are we selling the music? Are we promoting the music? Are we investing time and effort to make sure that whatever bulk of music that we put out, even if it's 15 or 20 of it becomes successful out of it, will make our reggae industry look more important than we just having music dropping here and there, and then in space of 1 week or 2 weeks, we can't identify anything that we have put out and anything that have reached to that global state. So my evaluation is to step back and said, you know, I don't want to make a regular project to put out there and just becoming just absolute, you just drop something to drop something. I want, when I put out something, it has the substance, it has the longevity, and it has important things, and the production part of it is at the standard where it's supposed to be, instead of just releasing stuff. And then I want to build new bring new people to my table. You know, I want to bring new colors to my table. I want new people to know me. I want younger people to know me. You know, I'm not stuck into the 1985 like when I just came out. You know, I am evolving every time. I'm making new style, new music, fresh music that you can dance to, music and still keep my core audience and still maintain that fan base. So when I go out there, because I don't know for most reggae artists, but for me, I spread my wings wide because I've learned that from a younger age growing up in the music. I've learned this from Dennis Brown and Gregory Isaac and people like this who talk to me, actually literally have conversations with me about how to stay long, you know? And just think about it. I came out back in 1985 and I'm still here.
Yeah.
And what's the secret? The secret is to really just take your craft seriously and take your fan base as a part of your success. And because that fan base that you have out there, that you have to babysit this fan base, it's an investment between you and them. And the new ones that are coming, a partnership. So if you just act like you know, I can just put out anything just to just stay relevant. What is relevancy when you have a catalog to maintain?
Yeah.
So you understand.
How do you find that fine balance between trying to, quote unquote, stay relevant, even though you're not necessarily trying to do that, but trying to appeal to a younger audience while still trying to do music that is timeless, that you've already accomplished?
You just said it just now, the next chapter. It is exactly that, because what we did is to venture out to the new school. Like, you know, I played a little bit with the Afrobeat, with a little bit of Spanish, just eras that I've never touched before, and the kind of genre I've never got involved before, but because it wasn't the time. But listening to what the kids are listening to is also important, because a lot of people will bash young people and talk about this, but we were young back then. We were trying to create our own path. And we get to do that. We got to do that through the likes of Dennis and the whole of them man who set the thing before us. So we acknowledged the foundation and we said, okay, we want to carry on this legacy and we want to build on it, you know? So what we did, we still haven't reached the peak of our career yet, even though we've been there so long. And when I said that, when you look at the likes of Gregory and Dennis Brown, which one of us have done what they did? Go back to all of our reggae artists, them who said they're millionaires and big star. How much of them have accomplished the catalog that a Dennis Brown and a Gregory Isaac has right now? That is substantial. Like, those music will never stop play as long as me and you exist on earth.
Yep.
So the lifetime and the longevity of the music is what's important to me mostly. But yet still, I still want to maintain that core audience with the younger people to let them know who Singing Melody is. You know, yeah, you listen to this over here, but hey, pop in the Singing Melody and listen. Yeah, you can mix that with that, you know. And right away, they might at a party and hear a song and say, who is that? And I said, Singing Melody. Say, oh, I heard the name before. But yeah, it sounds good. I like it. And that's my introduction that I want to make. I don't want to be up in your face. I just want you to know that I'm here and you need to know about me.
Yeah, because it's a fine balance of trying to not be like, I want to be a part of the cool kids when, you know, you're not a kid.
No, you're not. I cannot play with a 13-year-old. I don't know how to do that.
You cannot. That would be considered illegal.
Yeah, illegal. You know, so we just have to understand where we are.
Yeah.
And understand what that balance is and how to be important. You know, I don't do every interviews because every interviews talk about the same thing. I want to do things that means a lot to the industry and the fan base. You know, it's not just about Singing Melody and because I'm been here and and I can sing. There's many people in the world can sing.
True.
You know, people listen to me because I think because of what I bring to the table. I bring this realness to it. I bring honesty. And I just true. If I'm not hot, I'm just not hot. I'm just not hot right now.
Wow, like,
you know?
That's very self-aware.
Yeah, you have to know that. You know, what is hot? Yeah. Okay, all right. So we have this person out now. We have the coffee. We have this. That's hot right now. But are you still in the mix? Yes, I am. Because at some point in your life, you have to run across a singing melody.
Yeah, and you don't really need a song now to work. Like
No.
you've toured the world. I see
Exactly.
it on your cover. Like
Right.
this is the world, a picture of
Exactly.
the world that you've toured. So you don't necessarily need to force yourself to try and keep up with what's happening now
No.
in order to still have a career.
No, because you see, there's something to look forward to at all times. When you go on these journey and you see how much people appreciate. My manager is here, Garnet, and he can tell you, like when we travel to these places that we don't even see people, like a lot of people. Sometimes we perform at venues, it's only 30 people come out because they're just new to reggae.
Oh.
They don't know what reggae is. You know,
Oh.
they're trying to get to know. They know Bob. We're not big, you know. People think that we're big, but when you start to go out there in the world and you realize that people still don't know who Singing Melody is. Don't know who Barrington Levy is. Don't know who Yellow Man kind of out there. Kind of going at every look at Kribby Sankama, even for 50 people in
Yeah.
proper.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's how you grow the business itself and the music.